Yeah. Come check out the crib.
Welcome back, people. Welcome back. We're back with the Players Place podcast 2024. It's been a minute. You know, I haven't even had a one-on-one type intro like this yet. But we're back with a bang. We're going to be consistent this year. I got a crazy lineup going. And to start us off, we got my boy Kobe Thomas in the cut. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to say thank you for hopping on the pod.
Hell yeah,
It's been
bro.
a bless. It's been a bless.
For sure. I've been wanting to come on
You
here.
feel
bro.
me?
We finally made it happen.
Finally got it going.
And this is the first in-person one, so I'm happy I'm the first one, bro.
You feel me, y'all boys?
Yeah.
The first in-person pod, had to get it going. It was only right to start off with Kobe. So Kobe, to start us off, bro, just give a little rundown of yourself. You know what I mean? We're not gonna. Bro, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff I want to touch up on, but you know what I mean.
Touch on a lot of stuff.
Give a little intro for the people.
But yeah, I'm sure Jerry's been my boy for the longest, so this is like my big brother right here. So he knows. But for all the people that are watching this, I'm Kobe Thomas. I'm a content creator, and I'm also obviously a football player, which is my main profession. I'm playing for Inter Miami, obviously the professional soccer team here in Miami. I grew up in Miami. I moved away once for footy. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Yeah,
but yeah, I moved to New York.
Yeah.
I moved to New York for a year, and then when Inter started up, I actually just came back down and just been here ever since, bro. It's been I've definitely had a long journey as an 18-year-old with footy, good and bad, but we here.
Yeah,
so
you feel me?
We here. That's a little rundown. And then I did just start content creation, as you know. I put Jerry on, by the way, just for a little.
Just for a little. I got a little lazy, but we up again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We definitely up. But yeah, so I started the content creation stuff, and obviously I started YouTube recently. I started TikTok a couple months ago, and then I also am been on Instagram. Yeah, bro, I'm taking this content creation stuff serious. It's kind of an escape from the soccer world.
Yeah, 100.
And to entertain people, which I love. So
yeah, no, 100. So you know, we got a lot of stuff I want to touch up on, of course.
Sure.
But we gonna start off with just the beginning, bro. So I'm gonna just ask, like, obviously, like, I always ask this question on my pods, like, what got you into soccer? What made you chose soccer? This, that, and the third. But, like, just give a little beginning. Obviously, you know, by the way, I had Kai on the pod, too. That's his brother.
Shout out Kai.
So Kai's his brother. So the beginning story might be a little similar, but they're different, of course.
Yeah, bro. Basically, I don't know if anyone actually knows this watching, but I used to play hockey. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't know. Obviously, I was born into footy, so both of my parents were professionals. Obviously, Kai, my big brother, is also a professional now, and we all just kind of grew up just in a footy household. So it was definitely something. I did have to make a decision between hockey and soccer because I was also nice at hockey.
Yeah, no, I knew
I was nice, fam. So, but when it came to that point, I was around footy so much that I was like, this is what I feel is right for me. Yeah. And obviously I'm so happy I made that decision because hockey's obviously not for me. It's just something I was good at and loved as a kid. But we grew up in it, me and Kai. My parents are they're coaches now, but they were always just teaching us just little things. And me and Kai really just grew up in it and just fell in love more and more every day. And obviously meeting people like you, friends that just were all footy players. So it was meant to be, bro. That's kind of how I got into it. Yeah.
For real though. So soccer obviously was the choice. It was obviously the path. You know, it's been booming since. But
a little.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna unwrap that for sure. But you know, in terms of, you know, getting your career started, when would you think was like that time where you were like, Like I could, you know what I mean? I can do this.
Yeah.
You feel
me? I'd say the first. I was always kind of the star kid in Parkland. And I obviously had the confidence. My dad was my coach, but that was local, so it was like I was never really thinking about the crazy bigger picture. I obviously always wanted to be a pro, but I think when I moved away for footy, that was when I was like, yo, like, hold up, something, like, I'm going somewhere with this. Like, when you really start traveling with footy, you realize it could take you everywhere. And it's taken me so many places across the world. And yeah, bro, I mean, that's really it.
So you would say when you touched down New York?
When I touched down New York, bro, it was like, yo, I'm moved away for this. I'm locked in now.
And then you're at City, right?
I was at New York City FC, yeah. So in Queens, New York.
Okay.
I moved over there with my mom and my brother.
Okay.
And it was a sacrifice, and that's when I was like, I'm gonna take this, like, I'm gonna go far with this. They recruited me out, everything was free, and I obviously had confidence in myself, and I was like, you know what, like, this is gonna take me far. Because it brought me out of my hometown to New York, just like that.
Yeah, bro, a lot of people don't realize how hard that is, though, you know? Because how old were you?
Probably like 12, bro.
You know what I mean, 12, bro? 13. At 12, 13, you know,
that's young. I was like, yo, like,
you're just chilling, bro.
In this little bubble.
Yeah, right?
Which, crazy, people are still in that bubble in bubble, like 20. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad it happened for a reason, for sure. And I got out of that bubble and explored, and footy really took me there. 100%. So that's when I was locked in.
So, okay. So, boom. Obviously grew up into footy. Went to New York. And then now after New York, you headed back here. How you were in New York for how long? A year?
A year only, yeah.
Only.
It was a learning year for sure. Obviously, I was a kid. I moved away. Off the field, I had to learn so much, as well as on the field. But that helped me so much because when I came back to Inter, I was confident and I was ready. Leading into obviously an injury we'll get into, but yeah, bro, I don't know what year Inter started.
That's what I've been trying to think of this whole time. I was like, bro, I don't know when Inter actually started.
I don't know when it started, but I know that as soon as they called me, Kobe, boom, come play, like, everything's free, you're in Miami. Like, Miami, I'm there.
Done.
And it's MLS club,
Academy, so
hell yeah, I took the opportunity for sure.
That's fire, for real though. So boom, New York, and then obviously back to Inter, you know what I mean? So then when you got to Inter, what year was that? Not the year, but like your academy year.
15.
You're 15. So you were at, you were at Inter for U15 till now, basically. That's
a lot of years.
So that's a lot of years
Since
in
the
Inter.
first year I've been there,
Yeah, so we're going to unwrap that. But when you first got to Inter, what was your thought process, you know?
I was so happy to be back. I was playing again with the kids I grew up with. Mills especially. Shout out Mills if you're watching this. That's my guy. Yeah, bro. And obviously Israel and all my guys, we're all happy. It was like, damn, like, we're all back together now. Like, we grew up together, played for different teams, and now we're all on the same team. So I was happy about that. And then I'd say it was all good up until that first injury for me. I was happy to be there. I was excited for the season. And that season it was quick for me because obviously I had a detrimental injury, which...
Yeah. So that injury was... We're going to talk about that now, honestly, but you had broke your leg, right?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know why, but I like talking about it just because I know I'm helping people. So... I'm glad we definitely we needed to bring that up because it was honestly probably one of the lowest moments. In footy you have so many highs and lows.
Yeah, 100.
But there's some lows that really stand out.
Yeah.
In that low, it was almost like, damn, like it really, like, what do I do? Like I didn't know what to do. I was a kid. I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
I was in, the long cast.
Yeah, I remember I peeped you in that long cast.
I was like peeing in a bottle and stuff.
Fuck.
Bro. Because for all the people that don't know, I shattered my shin, so it broke. Like my shin broke.
You didn't need surgery or anything, or was it just?
I don't know. It was actually crazy. I was supposed to get surgery, but they literally just put like a little thing in the cast to prevent it from like moving and just keep it still and stuff. And that worked out for me. So I was, thank God I didn't get surgery.
Yeah, non-surgical route's fire for sure.
But yeah, I shattered my shin. First game of the year.
First game?
First game against Texas, one of the Texas teams,
yeah.
And it was it was not only painful, but it was just like,
how'd it happen though? Like, walk us through it.
Basically, I actually remember this. I'm never gonna forget this. I picked up a ball from the center back as a midfielder, and I drove just like I was just driving with the ball, and I cut between like there's two midfielders, and I kind of slice it between them, and both of them just kind of like
sandwiched you on
like this with my shin, and my shin just it was horrible. Yeah. It was the most painful thing ever.
During that injury, obviously we talked about how it was tough and stuff. So how long were you out for?
About probably 8 months around there, plus the recovery. And then there was quarantine as well coming on that. So my whole season was done.
Basically a year. That's
the whole season was gone.
Whole season, whole year. So your thought process, what was your thought process like?
I didn't know what to do. And this happened for a reason. For all the ones that are watching this, everything happens for a reason, I promise you. That's one thing I definitely learned on my journey. And I was like, hold up, there's more to life than just soccer. And that's the brand I'm still moving with today, because I just think there's way more to life, and that's what really taught me that. So I started looking into new things. I remember I got into like fashion. I started selling like clothes.
I remember.
I was like a little hype beast.
Yeah, I actually remember
just selling and like just getting money, which is I mean, bro, you gotta do that.
You gotta get money.
I can't just I couldn't just sit around on my bed all day. So it really that was a positive. Obviously the negative was I couldn't play footy. I was just stuck. I felt like stuck. And for all the injured people or anyone that got injured, it's a mentally dark place.
Challenge.
Especially when you love the game so much. So good and bad for sure.
Yeah. So boom, we overcame the injury. Now obviously he's up now. We up. Shout out my boy.
Femi.
Shout out the gang.
Shout out Femi, bro.
Always up ski. But so you're up now. And so after that season, so actually I'm gonna ask this. When you came back, so after the year, after everything, your first official match, how was it? Like, how was it mentally? You know what I mean? Because when you suffer a big injury like that, it's, like you said, it's a mental game. So how was it?
Well, like I said, at this time, quarantine was going on. So when I came back, it was like that post-quarantine, no spectators, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember I had been injured, and then when I came back, I had months to just work by myself. So me and Kai, we grinded, gym, like I got big, like, so when I came back, I was like, I bet, like, I'm straight now.
Blessed,
It wasn't like I came back and only had like a little couple weeks or like month.
Yeah, you had time to
work on myself. So when I came back, I remember I scored a half-line goal, first game back. First game back, I chipped the keeper.
That's blessed. Yeah, you had time. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Like obviously you're not trying to get hurt and be out that long, but you came back up. You know what I mean?
And I felt better, not only mentally, but physically too. So
you're able to work on stuff that you normally can't work on during the season. When you're with a full team. So that's definitely fire for sure. So that was U15 year. You got hurt.
And
came back
U17.
U17, and then we're gonna talk about your season right after that. So that is U17.
Yeah.
So how was that season? Because I know we can we're definitely gonna unwrap it a little bit, but I want you to talk about, because I know you started getting a little bit second team, you know, started getting in that cycle. So like how?
So there was actually 2 17-year cycles. For me, one was really good. One was bad.
Yeah.
So the first one was bad, and nothing's bad. Obviously, I say it was bad because obviously I didn't play before.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a star. I've been a starter my whole life, and there had been a new coach, whom I love now. But at the time when he came in, he didn't like me, so I had to deal with that for the first time.
Yeah.
And there was also a first team player now in my position, and so that means I don't really play because obviously first team's priority. So I didn't get the minutes I wanted that much. I didn't really feel myself that much, and me looking at back, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little overweight that year for my liking. Obviously, like to a normal person, I low key I wasn't always as like, humbly speaking, like fit as I am now.
Of course.
Like I had been a little chunky, like I wasn't taking it as serious as I should have. And then later on, you learn these things in your career. Number one being, don't take anything for granted. I had been in the best club in Florida, and I was taking it for granted. I would mess around. I wouldn't eat properly. I would just, I'm here. Like I did it.
You did it. Yeah.
And that really wasn't the way to take it. So that was the first year. I also still was balling, obviously. Like, I'm not gonna say I was playing but I wasn't.
But you weren't as locked in as you should be. Yeah, no, I feel you.
And I definitely could have been better that year, in my opinion. Second year, this is when I was really balling now. Like, I was consistently balling. The GA, I was balling until the one incident, which we'll probably get into.
Oh, I know exactly what I was talking about, because I actually was watching that game. We are definitely unwrapping that. But
I'm sure mad people were watching that too. But
I remember.
Like I said, bro, I'm happy to talk about it.
100%, bro, 100%.
But yeah, bro, I think that 17 year, that was a really good year for me. I was obviously getting called up later in the year due to my performance to the second team. The first team had their eye on me. I was in talks, which is it's obviously the best place you want to be.
100%. Bro.
And the club really knew who I was. So that was a positive year. Speaking into the incident, if you want to get more details on that, then we could talk about it. Oh my God, I just be laughing.
Yeah, I know, I felt that. So we honestly just unwrapped from beginning till now, basically.
Simple, just like that.
So after this season, now you're in your U19 year, right?
Right now I've been playing with the U19s.
With the U19s, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm getting the second team again. There was some stuff that happened. Yeah, of course. You know how footy is.
Yeah,
bro,
you know, and you had a little break from. We'll call it a little break from the second team. Yeah,
footy is really so like.
There's a business side of it too.
Business for sure, and then you really don't know like.
You don't know what's happening.
And sometimes it's not even on you, like. But that's why you just gotta keep your head down, bro, and just stick to you day by day, because you really can't control all that.